Good evening, YouTubers. Thought I'd get into the Halloween spirit this year and share a story. It all happened one Saturday night. Must have been midnight, or close to. Avery was feeling a little down. So I thought, a nice drive would cheer him up. We used to do that all the time, still do on occasion. Then to make things more interesting, I suggested we... Or did he suggest? I don't know. I don't know whose idea it was. It was his idea. I swear it was his idea. He might say otherwise, but it's all. Anyway, what happened was we went driving down an old neighborhood where supposedly a Greek witch lives. An old Greek witch. Her name is Agnes. And she started as an urban legend, but I tell you, by God, she is real. You don't believe me? No, of course you don't. I didn't believe it. Alright. I'm going to share with you this video. It's basically our venture into the unknown. Agnes territory, as you call it. Take a look. What'd you say?
That'd be fun if we see something on the camera that I can't see with our eyes.
Yeah, that would be weird. Well, it's a good night for a drive, though. What are you gonna say?
It'd be even weirder if, as you're filming, you could see the view screen too. You see it too while you're looking at the view screen, but if you look,
yeah, with my own eyes.
yeah, you don't see it. As it's coming closer, I'll be like, quick, change the channel.
Alright. So, little summary. She's, what, Greek?
She's a Greek witch, something between 80 to 110 years old. She has a standing vendetta with the manufacturing plant across the street. And the sources are confused. Some say all we know is that her husband worked there and either ran off with his secretary or was killed on the factory floor.
There was something about the factory that it was right across the street from her house, wasn't it?
Right. This is an alternative explanation to the husband.
Yeah, it was okay. There was she was married. She was married. That was established.
Right.
But it was it a secretary, an assistant, or like an unnamed lover?
Might have run off with him, or he might have gotten killed in an industrial accident. This would have driven her to paranoid rage against the company.
Plus the fumes,
right? Plus the fumes
that were coming from the factory
might have had something to do with her condition. Unless you buy into the fact that she was a Greek witch, in which case she was probably crazy to begin with.
Yeah.
And one of her powers as a Greek witch was the ability, I don't know if the ability over it's a curse, but if she sees you and your mouth is open, you're smiling or whatever, then if she can count the teeth that you're showing her, that's how many years you have left.
And I remember the last time we saw her, it was in broad daylight, right? Yeah. It was in broad daylight, or close to sundown at least.
Did you see her in the dark? I remember it being dark. That's odd.
It's weird, but we did see her, that was for sure.
We did see her.
She was walking home, I think. I
think it's important that neither of us we don't remember the time of day.
But we did see her, and she had these two barrels or drums. She was carrying them, and like a dumbass, I smiled. Which
I think it was willful.
Yeah, it was willful, I admit. It was willful.
You were daring her.
I was there. I was challenging her to, come get me. Come get me, bitch. But
God, she's gonna find us.
Alright, so where are we now? Are we basically inside the neighborhood?
Basically. We're on the very, very northern outskirts. I'm gonna take us around, and we'll go right past her house on the main thoroughfare between her place and the factory.
Alright.
So we'll see the most popular side of the house. Not the side with the most sightings, but definitely the side that unveils the madness.
That is Agnes.
Nice man, you look out.
Wait a minute.
Keep it rolling, dude.
Walking stranger. Well, anyway, anyway, there's an interesting story about her house. It's, what was it? It was just basically really old and run down, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Basically old. There's something about her fence. She
used to write messages to the company denouncing them, threatening them, or just saying fuck you to the world.
Yeah. And, you know, there were stories that she kept there was stories that she
used to sit on the roof.
She used to sit on the roof of her house on a rocking chair. Just firing at people. What was it?
A BB gun.
It was a BB gun.
Or 22.
It could have been low. It could have been live rounds or something.
Or just smiling and waving, depending on what the day was.
Yeah. And there were stories, you know, people would see her, they would drive by, they would see her on the roof of her house on a rocking chair, but there were times when she wasn't there, it was a doll.
Alright, now we're going deep into the heart of Agnes country.
Our windows are still rolled down.
You want to try to roll them up?
Let's do it.
So this is where we saw her the first time. She's coming down this street.
Which is this is the middle school that you used to go to, isn't it?
This is actually the Catholic school, St. Andrews. I went to the school on the other side, which is how I was introduced to Agnes, coming over here all the time. You hear the story. That was when she was really active. I mean, that's pretty much the golden years of Agnes.
Okay, so we're coming up on the factory, right?
Yeah.
The factory where her husband worked at, where basically where the fumes were coming from that drove her to madness.
Yeah, that's it over there.
Yep. Not this one. No cars. This one right here. This one right here?
That's it.
Oh shit, there's no windows or anything. Oh, is there any cars behind it? Weird. There's nothing. Not a station station. Oh shit, dude! Run! Drive! Shit! Did you see that?
No.
Fuck! Okay, no. What just happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
I suppose an apology is in order?
To who?
What the hell do you mean to who?
What the hell are you
You're gonna apologize to me, you fucker. This is your idea.
You're the one who wanted to stop and film her house.
Who was driving? You could have easily turned away.
Jeez.
Alright. Look, let's just...
Alright, we're professionals. Let's recap.
Agnes. Old, Greek, crazy.
Likes to lurk in the shadows.
Yeah.
Faster than you might expect.
Yeah. And, let's just agree this is the last time we go near that place.
Yeah. Our Agnes hunting days are over. Pretty definitively.
Drink.
Cheers.
And that's the way it went down. Some say you can still hear Agnes laughing like a loony in the middle of the night, rocking on her chair on that roof, polishing her shotgun, cradling her baby doll. Aren't you glad you don't live in that neighborhood? Later.